Next up, in the studio, Chef Caroline Ishii serves us up a special salad.
Joining us here in the kitchen is Caroline Ishii. Welcome, Caroline.
Thank you for having me. Always excited.
So Caroline Ishii is an award-winning chef, and she's the author of The Accidental Chef. And I just wanted to read a little bit about the preface of this book to give you an idea. I wrote this book to encourage people to follow their dreams and show them that there is magic in using your creative talents, even ones that you didn't know existed. Sometimes talents are hidden well beneath the surface of our fears and obstacles, so the only way to discover them is trying as many things as possible and using your instincts. And I'm so glad that you tried as many things as possible.
Yes, and that's why the book is called The Accidental Chef. In a million years, I never thought I would become a chef. But, you know, when I wanted to open a restaurant, I thought, well, somebody's got to cook the food. So I went to chef school in New York, and I thought, well, I'll just try. And then I ended up becoming the chef, and I ended up discovering this gift I had for creating food and sharing food.
An award-winning chef.
Yeah.
And a TV personality. So I'm really happy that you're able to come here today for a reunion of
Yay!
Caroline in the kitchen.
Yay!
And we're gonna be doing one of her recipes from the book for sunamono. And what is sunamono?
Sunamono is a vinegared salad that's often served often to the beginning of a meal for your taste buds. So I really like it. And I write in the book, when people get the book, I hope, I write about my taste memory with it, which I believe, like all food evokes a lot of emotion at the physical and emotional level. So sunamono has sort of happy and sort of sad and happy memories because my mom that's passed away. So I'll start making it maybe. Okay.
And
while
I know
we're
that
talking.
For me, I was telling you that as soon as I knew you were making cinnamon, I said, "Oh, it reminds me of my grandma," because she used to make. It was one of the things I loved that she would make.
Yeah, a lot of
Toronto.
it's something that a lot of I think most people that are non-Japanese don't know that this is very common in Japanese home cooking, which I love to do. So starts with like English cucumber.
Yeah.
If you have the other kind of cucumber, you need to use a spoon and take out the seeds. And basically, you cut the cucumber into very thin slices with your knife, or you can use a mandolin. But be careful, because the only thing that's written in English and Jap is this: watch your fingers. And every restaurant kitchen in town has this because it's so fast. You set it to the setting, and then you end up coming with very nice. Look how quickly that is. Speed of essence. So
I know that it would be a bad thing for me to use one of those things. I would be.
You have to be mindful.
The person that's
yeah.
written for.
Well, you have to be mindful in cooking and in Japanese cooking in particular. So the premise of this sunamono is sort of a pickled cucumber. So what we're going to do is we take the cucumbers and then we put a little bit of salt in it, or actually, and then we're going to put a little bit of water on top, and then we massage it. This is where the love comes in. I believe, well, Japanese believe there's a word for it. It's called kokoro. Food is love. So it's, I believe, like you massage it. It's good for de-stressing as well.
It seems really soothing.
Yeah.
You know how you go to the spa usually and you get cold cucumbers and you put them on your eyes.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel really
There you
good.
go.
And the smell as well of the cucumbers and the
So
water together.
just doing that for about 20 minutes or 30 minutes, that will draw the water out of the cucumbers. And that's what we want to happen for like this pickled cucumber salad. So to save on time,
Okay.
because then
Very good at saving on time.
I already did that. And then I also, at the same time, I soaked some, one of the parts of sunamono is often sea vegetables, or kaiso, wakame. So there's many, many kinds of sea vegetable. This is called dried. Do you know this one called
No.
wakame? You should look at it. So this is wakame, and it grows. I don't know if you, growing up, you had those sea monkeys, and they used to have all these ads that it's going to grow huge, but it does. Like if you put this much in.
It's like this tiny, like this.
I think I put like a couple of tablespoons, and it ended up this.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's with water.
Yeah. So
It's really fresh.
yeah, so it's really
nice
fresh.
green color.
So it's like the sea. It's really good. Has lots of minerals and nutrients. And everybody who eats kaiso or sea vegetables feel better afterwards. It's like, if you're a little fish going along, but eating it, you're going to feel better. So yeah, so this is the premise of it. So it's kaiso or wakame. So I hydrate it, and the problem that most people do when they hydrate sea vegetables is they don't do it. They do it way too long. And I think that most food in general, you should really keep most foods like al dente. So I will get it. You know, people ask me how long should I keep it in water. So you put it. You put this in room temperature water.
Yeah.
Or cool, or not hot, and then you let it soak, and then until it gets al dente, then you take it off.
Okay.
Because it's still
'Cause
soaking.
I know that when it's done properly, it's still like
Taste
when you
it.
chew on
Taste
it.
it. It
when
should
you
be
chew on
chewy.
it's still chewy, but it's
Yeah,
a little bit crunchy.
Right?
Shouldn't
that
be
good?
like soggy and melting in your mouth.
And that's the basic premise, actually, most foods, because I find when people make things, whether they're cooking, you should take it off before you need it, not at the time. When the recipe says 20 minutes, you should really take it off. You should be checking it, and then taking it off before.
And it
because
has higher
it's still,
nutritional value that way too.
Yeah, and it's radiant heat because it's still cooking. Something is still cooking. So if you take it off at 20, people are often disappointed that something cooks too long. So anyways, this is one of the premises of cooking, Cooking 101. So I mix so what we're going to do, so say this is, blah, 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 say this 20 minutes has gone by.
Okay.
So this is the other premise of it. You need to squeeze it. And this is really good you don't need one of those stressor balls. You just
Okay,
take
I
this
wanna
and
do
you
it
try
too,
it.
'cause
It's
it
going to, you
seems
probably
like-
had a hard day at work,
Oh,
you
yeah,
just
I
do
did.
that. So you squeeze it as much as possible.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's
squeeze
really
it some
good.
more.
Yeah. There you go.
Guys, come on over and do this. You'll love it. All right.
So there you go. So you take all of that and you squeeze it, and then you see there's a lot of water that's come out. So this is the first stage of it.
Yeah.
And I made a little dressing. It's in the book. Just to save on time. This is basically a vinegar with a little bit of I put a little bit of maple syrup in it.
Canadian. That's the Canadian part of it.
Yeah, Canadian maple syrup and a little bit of ginger. Well, this is a very good tool if you don't have it. Lee Valley. It's one of the worldwide. Every kitchen has this. It's called a microplane now.
Yeah.
And you use, you can have ginger. One of my favorite things to use. Again, very good. And then we're just going to put a little bit of ginger into it. So we're just going to put ginger. And you have to be very, very careful. This is actually a woodworking tool that was discovered to be amazing for doing Parmesan, whatever, and things. So every kitchen now is
It's a multi-purpose kitchen and shop.
But a lot of people hurt
Tool.
themselves on this because they think it's very sharp. You can imagine they use this for
wood.
Yeah. So then this is not. Many times I've grated my grated my hands.
Extra love in the food.
Yes.
That's
So
good.
then. So then we're going to put a little bit. So what you do is once this is all done, then you put a little bit into the mixture of the cucumbers and the sea vegetables, and then you put that. And the reason this is called the first dressing, and what you're trying to do is draw out even more water from this.
Oh, wow.
So then you pour this out. Because, the thing that's really terrible when you're making a cucumber salad is when it's soggy, right?
Yeah.
You want everything to be crisp.
One of the things that I miss about my grandmother's cinnamon was it was always crispy and fresh.
That's one of the there's many tricks, many things, and you don't learn in the recipe books often because they don't tell you. And then you think, oh, it's not as good as my grandmother's. Well, it's missing her love too.
Aw,
but besides
the time and the love.
so then you do the first dressing, and then you put the second dressing on. So that's basically it. And this salad is great for taking to work or to have because it would last for days. It's wonderful. You don't have to worry about one of those salads. Oh my God, the greens are.
Well, I know for my grandmother, one of the great things was that she would pack things that you could take on road trips.
Yes.
And so
This
something
would be
like this, it would be really great to take on a road trip. It's nutrition.
Yes.
It's nutritious. It'll keep you going. It's refreshing. And if you wanted to, you could probably put it on your eyes. Just kidding.
You could put it on your eyes too. I was thinking about that. I was, before the show. I was thinking
So we don't have a lot of time left.
Yes.
What is the final thing?
This is the final thing. I just put on top of it a little bit of greens from a local cress from Butterfly Sky Farms, a little bit of green onions. You don't need to do this, but it's always nice. Japanese food has a lot of little touches, very subtle touches. So I put beautiful flowers and cress. I put a little bit of the 7-spice togarashi, which is on every table if you've been to Japan, Noodle House, which is spices. Spices, chili,
seeds.
and oranges and stuff and zest. Every temple has their own mix. Some crushed sesame seeds that I roasted, and some nori because we always
Nutty, dried seaweed. Oh my God, it looks so good.
Yeah. So then, and that's about it. And then, as I said, you can Yeah, this will keep for days, and it's great. Yeah, nutritious, it's healthy, and you know, it reminds us of our mothers and grandmothers, right?
No, exactly.
Yeah, Leah.
Well, I can't wait to take a bite of it, and I am so happy that you were able to stop by, and I look forward to another segment with her next month.
Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy
Thank
it with
you.
love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're an accidental chef.
Well, thank you. Try it. You can try
I
it
can
now.
try it now.
Yay! There might be not enough dressing on this. I'll put a little bit of dressing on that. Isn't that nice? See all that lovely ginger on there?
Yum, yum, yum.
Put a little bit of. There you go. Is it crispy still?
It's really crispy and tasty. Oh
Okay.
my God, it's so good.
Okay.